That's what all this has been. Just get to the Airbnb on Monday. And I'm an hour from that place right now. It's nuts that any of this has actually happened. I mean, I knew it would. But I don't know, I guess it feels nuts because everyone said it wouldn't. Everyone said I was crazy. Everyone said it was impossible or acted like it was impossible. Everyone said, I mean, everyone from people who know me, oh, you should probably stick around. I mean, I hear you, but I'm gonna do it. And even the tow truck driver that took my car to the tire shop, he was like, I wouldn't go without a spare. I'm like, I wouldn't either, but I don't have a choice. I got to try. And we did it. I mean, I don't want to claim victory. Yeah, I got an hour to go, but 23 out of the 24 hours is complete, and I feel pretty good about that. It's gonna be more than okay. It already is okay. It's fantastic. This is my raw reaction because I'm exhausted and I've done no thought or reflection on any of this on the last 2 days of the whole. I mean, it's just been. It's overwhelming. Like, it's incredible, but I can't even speak on it really yet. Not yet. I mean, it hasn't even sunk in. I'm chilling at this random dog park in Virginia in the dark with a massive storm blowing in. And I don't even know where I am, really. Because I've never been here. And I'm a bit loopy because I've been driving so long. And I feel fantastic. And tired. And excited. And like hungry, but we'll worry about that tomorrow. I got water to drink. You know what? Let's positivity in every situation. Well, all of my nightmares have come true. So anything that has positivity in it, I'm gonna see it. Because it's been much darker than it is right now, that's for sure. And there's been much harder moments to find positivity in. And I struggled a lot more before. So I'm incredibly fortunate. Like, that's what I think people don't understand about me is I say something that I experienced and they're like, oh my God, dude, you need therapy. And I'm like, well, I did for nearly 20 years. And it taught me a lot. And now I'm able to speak on things openly and honestly and completely and truthfully and comfortably. And I'm all right, So just because I speak on something that happened and I'm just relaying the truth doesn't mean that I'm still suffering in it, or that, I mean, there's been times where I got in a pattern of repeating stuff, and yeah, that I needed to work on. But just articulating the reality of my life, and everyone constantly, always being like, you need therapy, you need therapy, you need therapy. I'm like, you need therapy. If you can't hear me just speak about what happened, and I'm comfortable articulating it, and I'm confident and happy and like grateful, then maybe I'm not the one that needs therapy. Maybe the one who can't even hear me articulate these topics because they can't even fathom going through it. Like you said, Sam, most people couldn't handle half of what I've been through. I mean, I'm not going to make that declaration, but I don't think that's an unfair assessment. And I think that's where the attacks come on me of like, you need therapy. And like, are you saying that because you want me to, are you saying that I should not be saying this on a YouTube video and I should be saying it to a therapist by myself in isolation? because I think you're missing the point. Because most of this stuff I did go to therapy for, or at least not most, a lot. I mean, there's a lot. That was a long time, most of my life. And the things that I didn't go to therapy for, I utilized what I learned in therapy and what I learned in life experience to stabilize myself and get through it. And that's what's so important about articulating it on a YouTube video, because there's people out there who are going through things similar, like who are going through things that I have been through, and that think they're alone, and they think that they can't speak on it, and they think that it's something to be ashamed of, or that it's impossible to make it through. And thank you, Sam. And yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna get mad at people for coming at things where they are, but you are missing a big piece of reality if you judge me or articulate something about me because you heard me say one sentence. Or you do that to anybody. Right. There's a speech by Wentworth Miller. She said, even if you have one person, it's worth it to talk about it. There's a speech by Wentworth Miller at a suicide prevention conference. And he's talking about how he didn't want to show up and he didn't want to say anything. And he decided to, because he figured if he could be to somebody who no one was to him, then it'd be worth it. If he helped one kid, one person heard his story and was like, yeah, there's hope for me, then it'd be worth it. And I've always basically wanted to be, I did have somebody. I had my dad. And, you know, I didn't have him my whole life. I mean, he passed away when I was 16, but he got me far enough and I had him. Some people don't have anybody. So I just want to give my life the chance of being to anybody who my dad was to me. And fathers are a weird concept because there aren't that many good ones in my experience of meeting other people. I mean, I just saw my dad as my dad, but I got older and I was like, my dad was one of the superheroes of all time. He was one of the coolest people to ever live on planet Earth, and one of the most, like, I don't know, like, special fathers that I could have possibly had. Anybody could have possibly had. And I don't take that for granted for 1 second, especially now meeting other people. And you know, it's a real thing that men are scared to talk about their feelings, and they're scared to be real, and they're scared to show love, and they're scared, like, and they just bury this deeper and deeper because that's what their father taught them. And we were never like that. My dad ended every phone call with everybody, or not everybody, you know, my stepmom and me and my sisters, with love you. And, you know, it was like every time we talked, it was as if it was the last time. But not because we were thinking it was the last time, but because we didn't take it for granted. And eventually it was. And I don't know, the 4 people that are watching this right now, whoever it is, or who, you know, multiple people, like, you hear the people say this all the time, but like, go tell them, call them up right now. I don't care what time it is. Call them up right now. If you've never said it, or you haven't said it in too long, be like, look, I love you, man. I love you. And you are an incredibly important and crucial part of my life, and I wouldn't be here without you. And you matter to me, and you're special to me, and I just feel like I haven't shown that to you enough. And I just wanted to tell you that as honestly and directly as possible, because it matters. And then go to sleep, and you'll feel great when you wake up in the morning. I'm gonna do the same. Well, I don't really have anyone to call. So I'll say to you, I love you and I appreciate you, and I thank you for watching and keeping up with me. And you know, go tell somebody you love them, and have a good night. I'm gonna get some sleep. Peace.